Let your eyes fall shut. Come back to the flow of your breath. And as you sit simply, very gently let your breath elongate your spine up to down. And let your belly soften just a bit. And feel the frictive resonance of the breath as it becomes a very gentle ujjayi. Place your hands at your heart center in Anjali. Let's begin by just chanting Om. Exhale out completely. Inhale deeply. Today we'll move into a practice for the second chakra, Swadisthana Chakra, the pelvic chakra or sacral chakra. The mantra, or one of the beej sounds, or seed sounds of the sacral chakra is the sound Vam or Vang. We'll chant Vang Namo Vangim Karaya, the action mantra of the second chakra, one of the action mantras of the second chakra to activate the sacral center, the pelvic center, the element of water in the body. Inhale. Vang Namo Vangim Karaya. Vang Namo Vangim Karaya. Vang Namo Vangim Karaya. Take the hands, place them in a Swadisthana Mudra or a Yoni Mudra. Fingers together, index fingers together, thumbs together in a triangle, or you can draw the other fingers inward, and we'll place this on the lower belly. We're finding the downward pointing triangle of the two hip bones down to the pubic bone. Gently release the hands. Stay in a cross-legged position, or you could be on your knees. Squeeze the inner thighs. Place the right arm down, draw the left arm up, and then switch sides. So very slowly, as if you're swimming through water, begin to open the sides of the waist. Keep the sits bones rooted down. As the arms flow like seaweed from side to side. So the Swadisthana Chakra the second chakra in the 7-chakra system. And there are many other systems of chakra. Brings us into the water element, into Jala, that which purifies and flows. Inhale to the center, take your arms straight up. Exhale, rotate the palms, fingertips down. Come forward onto your hands and knees. Hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Begin to circle through the crown of the head and through the tailbone. And then switch directions. So lubricating and imagining that the whole body is moving through warm water. Take the knees together and then drop the hips down to the side. And then inhale the knees to the center, or the hips to the center, and drop down to the other side, stretching the opposite arm forward. The Swadisthana Chakra, 2nd chakra, has 6 petals and it has the cardinal shape of a crescent moon with the bowl facing downwards. Its animal vehicle is a makra, a sea monster, or a crocodile. Come to the center, come back onto your heels. Sits bones onto heels. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift the pelvic floor up. You could have your hands rested onto blocks, or take the hands, rotate palms up, palms towards the sky. Draw the inner thighs in, the pelvic floor lifts. Exhale, release, hands down onto the mat. Circle through your ankles. Come back onto the knees. This time toes can be untucked. Forearms together, hands together, circle through the wrists. Really twist the wrists here to generate some heat through the joints. Circle the opposite direction. Gently release, walk your hands out in front of your shoulders. Tuck your toes first, the frog dog posture. Toes out as wide as the mat. Bring your knees in, your toes in, so you're pigeon-toed. Press into your toes, claw with your fingers. Lift your tailbone upward. Hollow your lower belly up and in. Then lengthen your tailbone. Don't just hyperextend through the lower back. Lengthen the tailbone up. Widen through your scapula. Walk your feet back towards each other. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Bend one knee. and then the other with the breath. These large Shakti waves, bend your knees, roll through the body to a high plank or to a Bhujanasana, a cobra pose, and bend at the knees and roll back. One. You get to make this your own if you want to come onto the elbows. It's fine. The point here is to ripple the spine in long waves. And come back to your downward facing dog. Ground into your left heel, inhale. Draw your right leg up towards the sky. Roll your right hip on top of your left. Bend your right knee. Circle through the right ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times one direction, other direction. 1, breathe. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale deeply. Exhale, right foot down to the mat. Take a deep breath. Inhale, left leg up. Roll your left hip on top of the right. Bend your left knee. Press into your right hand. Circle through the ankle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Place the foot down. Inhale from here. Exhale. Knees down onto the mat. Hands underneath the shoulders. Draw the right leg up. Knee to elbow. I'm lifting up onto my fingertips so I don't collapse through the shoulders. Knee to nose. Inhale. Leg up behind and opens. Inhale. Knee to elbow. Knee to nose. Draw leg up behind and open. 3. Working through the joints in these curvilinear patterns. Other direction, knee to nose, knee to elbow, knee up and to the outside. And then draw the inner thigh in, knee to nose, knee to elbow, up and around. Draw down and in. Last one, nose, elbow, rotate around. Draw the inner thigh down and in, knee onto the mat. Walk the arms out long. Hands and knees coming up onto the left fingertips. Left knee to elbow. Uh-oh. Our internet got sticky. Knee to nose. Let me know if it gets bad. We've been having really good internet. Up and over. Knee to elbow. Knee to nose. Up and open. Knee to elbow. Knee to nose. Draw back. Up and open. And then opposite direction. Rotate the inner thigh down and in, knee to nose. Elbow. Rotate open. So kind of like a dog peeing. Sorry. Don't know another metaphor. And then roll the inner thigh in. Knee to nose. Knee to elbow. Open the hip. Draw inner thigh in. Last one. Nose. Elbow. Open. Inner thigh in. Knee down. Knees onto the mat. Lift the lower belly up. Walk the arms out long in front. Forehead onto the mat. Or chin onto the mat. Anahata Asana. Inhale deeply, exhale, downward facing dog. Ground into your left foot. Inhale the right leg up towards the sky, open through the hip. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You could do this from the knee again. Knee to nose. Open the leg up behind. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Knee to nose or heart. With the breath, rotate, open. Exhale, knee, elbow. Center, rotate. Up and open. Other direction, roll the inner thigh down and in. Knee to nose, elbow. Deep breath, open up to the side. Roll the inner thigh in. So we're getting a full rotation of the hip joint here. Then roll the inner thigh in, lift the lower belly, knee to nose. And you could always take this again from the knee. Knees. Roll the inner thigh in, place the foot down, breathe, downward facing dog. Inhale, draw the left leg up behind, left knee, elbow, center, midline. Exhale, extend up, roll hip open, press through the heel with your breath. Anyone else looking paused? If they are, please use the chat. If you are paused, you could reload or go back through the leg. Roll the inner thigh in, knee to nose, knee to elbow. Draw a leg up behind, open through the hip, and then take time with this. Roll the inner thigh down and in, press through the heel. Get that internal rotation, knee to nose, elbow. Open up, external rotation, and then roll inner thigh in, hug to the midline. Ooh. Knee to nose, elbow, open, ooh, up behind, foot down onto the mat. Breathe. Walk your feet up underneath the hips. Lift through your heart. Exhale, release down over your legs. Hands to elbows or wrists, feet hip distance apart. Let the body swing from side to side. Place the hands onto your mat. Inhale. As you exhale, take your right knee back behind you. Draw the inner thighs in. Inhale up to a low lunge. Let this be a fairly narrow low lunge, so it's not a big opening, but it's drawn up and in. Stabilize the front knee. Rotate the chest towards the open side. This knee back. And then drape the upper body down to the inside of this left knee. The right toes can rotate behind you if that's more comfortable. This is a release for the sacrum and for the lower back. Just keep the left knee aligned. The right toes can rotate to the back if that feels better to you. Walk your hands back around. Tuck under the back right toes in line with the back right knee. Press down into your front left foot. Hands could come to the thigh if you like to first, or inhale, draw up. Hands down to the mat. Lift through the back right knee, left foot meets the right, high plank. Knees and chest. Or for some friends, chaturanga. Inhale, expand up. Bhujanasana, cobra pose, or upward facing dog. Tuck the toes if you like to bend at the knees. Remember, inviting this water element. Inhale, exhale, downward facing dog. Ground into your left foot. Inhale your right leg up behind you. Draw the inner thigh in. Exhale, draw your right knee to nose. Keep exhaling. Right foot through, left knee down onto the mat. So this low lunge again. kind of narrow low lunge with a big, deep inner groin opening. Stabilize this front right knee over the midline of the right foot. Then rotate through the chest. Draw the arms down and release these toes so you don't get any strain, and then draw the chest down and forward. This provides a lower back and sacral release. That's really, really wonderful, especially for those friends who might have been working in a garden. Draw, left toes behind, press down into the right foot. Same thing here, hands can come to the front thigh, drawing back. Or inhale up to a lunge. Hands to the mat. Draw front right foot back to meet the left high plank. Chaturanga, or knees and chest. Expand through your heart. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk your feet underneath your hips. Feet hip distance apart, knees bent, hands to the elbows or wrists. Hang down, soften. Swim from side to side. Swing rather from side to side. Hands down onto the mat. Inhale deeply, exhale. Left leg out behind. Low lunge or a high lunge. And then lift through the lower belly, inhale, exhale, rotate and twist, open towards the right side, towards this front right knee. Back left knee could be down onto the mat. Hands down to the mat, optional vinyasa, back to downward facing dog. Inhale your left leg up, exhale, draw your left foot through, low lunge or high lunge, inhale up. Lengthen, exhale, rotate, twist, reach the arms forward and back in space. Hands to the mat. Draw your front foot back to meet your back foot. Optionally through a vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Walk your feet up underneath your hips. Feet hip distance apart. Draw the chest down over the thighs. With the knees bent over the midline of the feet, roll up through the spine. Now take these standing spinal waves. Hands to the thighs. Open the heart. Inhale, exhale. Cascade down and over. Inhaling up. Exhaling, melting down. Some friends may like to take this all the way to a squatting posture. To a malasana. If you do that, make sure that the knees align over the midline of the feet, that the inner arches of the feet are lifted, and that the knees are happy knees. Jaw soft. Roll up through the spine. Stand. Feet together, bend your knees. This is from a technique called gyrotonics, which is very beautiful body therapy that I have not studied extensively, but the exercises from it are very, very wonderful. They're done by dancers and yogis. So knees together, hands on the knees. We're going to circle through the knees. knees together. And then the other direction. Hands gently on the knees and circling through the knees and keeping the inner arches of the feet lifted. This warms up the knees. Let's go the other direction. And the other direction, when I performed classical Indian dance professionally, we would always do this to warm up the knees. Yesterday was World Dance Day. For those of you who celebrate, feet down onto the mat, inhale, the arms up. Lengthen through the spine, exhale down and over the legs. Deep breath, inhale, halfway, exhale to your downward facing dog. You feel if there's any warmth in the knees now. Inhale, draw your left leg up, exhale, left foot through, turn out through the back right heel. Left forearm to thigh, everyone. Press into back right heel, right arm by the ear, Parshva Konasana. Slightly downward gaze like we took yesterday. Tailbone slightly lifting. Inhale up, Virabhadrasana 2. Stable through the roots, and then fluid through the upper body. Right hand down the back of the right leg. Left arm inhales up and over. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, swim, Parshva Konasana. Extended side angle. Inhale, Warrior 2. Find your own pathway with your breath, opening through the sides of the waist. I like to swim my right arm down and around, and then up and over. Take your fingertips down to the mat. Some friends might move through a vinyasa, some friends back to downward facing dog. Ground into your left heel. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, draw your right foot through. Turn out through your back left heel. Right forearm to the thigh. Press into the back left heel. Left arm by the ear. Parshva Konasana. The slightly downward focus. Slight downward focus. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Left hand down the back of the left leg. Rotate the right arm up. Inhale, up and over. Virabhadrasana 4. With your breath. Inhale back to your Warrior 2. Exhale, hands down to the mat. Optional vinyasa. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Inhale, draw your left leg up. Exhale, left foot through. Hands to the inside of the left foot. on a block or onto the mat, and then rock forward and back a little bit. If you'd like to, you could come all the way over, I'll show you, that block, over the back of the foot. This is something that Yogi Bhajan gives. It's fairly intense in the inner groin. So if it feels better for you to keep the toes tucked, please do. Or knee could be down onto the mat. And hands are to the inside of this front left foot. The heart center is opening, and we're finding an opening through the inner groin. Safe opening. Tuck the toes under if you were on the back of your foot. Round into your right hand on the block or on the mat. Draw your left arm by the ear. Find your sense of balance. Lift your lower belly up. Draw your right arm by the ear. Hands down to the block. Spiral these right toes out. Okay? Spiral the right toes out. Come up onto the high setting of the block and straighten through your back left knee. My heels are in line. If it's too far to reach the block, hand to the calf or to the thigh. You could also be lower on the block. Press into the back right heel. Don't hyperextend the knees. Draw the right arm by the ear. Squeeze the inner thighs. Draw the left arm up by the ear. Nirlamba, Trikonasana. Left hand down to the block or mat. Right arm straight up. Now draw the right arm down towards the mat. Swim the right arm up. 3 times. So throughout our practice, we're getting this full rotation in the joints, other direction. Take the arms straight up, Trikonasana. Hold for 5 breaths. Find the pauses between the inhalations and the exhalations. Hands to the mat, optionally through your vinyasa or back to downward facing dog. Draw your right leg up, exhale, right foot through. Hands to the inside of this right foot, into the inner groin. Back left toes can be tucked or knee down. Or, for those adventurous friends, you could come all the way onto the back of the foot, opening through the heart center. And tuck under the back toes. Squeeze the inner thighs. Find your balance. Right arm by the ear. Lift through the lower belly. Exhale, left arm by the ear. Hands to the block. Rotate out through the left toes. Look down. Are my heels in line? They are. Straighten through your right knee. Make sure you don't hyperextend. Come up onto the block. Or hand to the calf or to the thigh. And draw the left arm up. And then by the ear. Press into the back left heel. Draw the right arm by the ear. Nirlamba, Trikonasana. right hand down onto the block. Begin to circle through this left arm with the breath. Swimming with the Vang mantra of the second chakra, other direction. Draw this left arm straight up. Trikonasana. Squeeze the inner thighs and make sure the legs haven't gotten too far apart. Adjust. 5 breaths. Hands to the mat. Make your way back to your downward facing dog. Come all the way down onto your belly. Makrasana. So the makra, known as a sea monster, sometimes a crocodile, other times. This is the makrasana, pose of that sea monster. Belly down in the water, back facing the sky. Halfway in the depths, halfway exposed. The animal vahana or vehicle of the Swadisthana Chakra. Be here for 5 breaths. Shalabhasana variation. If you like to, there's a little challenge. You could place a block in front of you. You're not going to touch it, but it's there as a guidance for the mind body. But you also don't have to. Hands above the mat, palms together, head lifted. Exhale, swim back. Draw the arms up, the back of the body. Inhale, exhale. Ram. Ram. Release down, makrasana. Hands onto the mat, forehead onto the mat. Wiggle the hips. Loosen the jaw. And press down with the pubic bone, lift the legs, palms together. Vam. Exhale, forehead onto the mat, or hands onto the mat, forehead onto the mat. Wiggle the hips from side to side. Move your block. Draw your right knee up and forward, and draw your right elbow back towards your right knee, left cheek onto the hands. Matsya Kritasana, flapping the fish pose. Draw the right leg down and back, rotate other side. So I just slide my left knee up onto the mat. The hip is going to lift. I draw my left elbow down towards my left knee. Place the hands down onto the mat. Place my right cheek onto the hips. And I let the belly go soft and the shoulders go soft. Drawing your left knee down to meet the right, hands underneath the shoulders. Draw your knees far apart, big toes together. Open the inner groin. Draw the chest down, forehead onto the mat. Inhale, exhale, release. Hands out in front, tuck the toes down, facing down. Draw the feet up underneath the hips. Again, feet hip distance apart, knees bent over midline of feet, hands to wrist or elbows. Hang down. Roll up through the spine, take a deep breath. Take the legs out to the side, big toes inside of the heels, feet approximately underneath the wrists, roll the inner thighs, draw the chest down, hands onto the mat. We can make figure eights with the hands if we'd like to, cascading from side to side. Walk your hands over to your right ankle. Draw the chest down. Pull the head of the right femur back. Walk over towards left foot, hands to the ankle or thighs. Thigh, draw the chest down and over. Walk the hands back around to the center, hands to the ankles or peace sign fingers to the big toes. Lengthen through the crown of the head, draw the tips of the scapula back and in. Breathe. Prasarita Padottanasana. Hands to the front of the waist, fingers in front, thumbs behind, ground into the heels. Inhale all the way up. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Draw the heels in, rotate the thighs out. Take a seat down, Devi Asana. Hands to the thighs, pulse side to side. It's watery pulsation of Swadisthana Chakra. Roll the thighs back, sit down. Hands at the heart center, thumbs touching the index finger and third finger. Fourth finger and pinky finger up, sit down. Left hand out to left side, look to left hand. Exhale back. Right hand out to right side, look. Exhale back. Ta. Ittina. Te, te, ta. Ittina, kita, te, te, ta. Ittina, kita, te, te. De, de, na, tina, kita, dina, kita, ta. Stand up straight, take the hands out to the outside. Circle the wrists. Thumb, index finger, middle finger together. Roll the thighs back, sit down. Fourth and fifth fingers are out. Sasya, Kartakamaka Mudra number 2. Ta. Ittina kita thai thai ta. Ittina kita thai thai ta. Dina kita taita. De na tina kita dina. Straighten the knees, take the arms out to the sides. Release the mudra, circle the hands. One direction, and then the other. Inhale, take the arms up. Exhale, hands to the hips. Draw the feet in. Stand forward at the front of the mat. Roll down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Then the knees, walk the feet back. Knees down onto the mat. Elbows down, palms together. Shivshula, dolphin pose. The head will be off the mat the whole time. Press into the elbows, widen through the back of the heart. Draw your toes over to the sides of the mat. Bend the knees, lift the tailbone up. Begin to straighten out through the knees, walking the feet back towards each other. Press into the pinky fingers. Knees down onto the mat. Chest down onto the thighs. Come all the way to your child's pose. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Bring your legs around to the front. Take your left leg out long, bend your right knee, Janu Shirshasana. Or if you'd like to take any other variations, do inhale, arms up. Exhale, lengthen down and forward. Roll up through the spine, place your right foot down, draw to the midline. Draw your left arm up, left elbow or hand to the right knee, right hand behind, lift and rotate. Now, make sure that this left leg doesn't rotate out. Find your midline, draw up, and then rotate. Exhale, release other side. Right leg extends, left knee bends, Janu Shirshasana. Head knee pose. Inhale, up. Exhale, lengthen. Roll up through the spine, bend this left knee, place the left toes down, take the right arm up, right hand to the left knee or elbow. Lift up out of the spine, left hand behind on the mat or on the block. Lift and rotate. Exhale, release soles of feet together, knees apart. They could be closer in or farther out. Hands onto the feet. Don't pull up on the toes, bouncing, gently bouncing the knees up and down. Ground, lengthen. Draw the sits bones back, draw the buttocks back. Draw the knees down, inhale, exhale. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Take the legs out to the sides. Press through the feet. Draw this right hand down to the right foot or ankle or thigh. Lift up, inhale, exhale, draw the left elbow up and over. Draw the left elbow back and then really ground through this left sits bone. It's going to want to lift up, ground down, root, and offer the side waist opening. Inhale up. Exhale. Left hand down to the left ankle, lift up. Ground through the right sits bone. Inhale, up and open. Inhale up, maybe seated upright. Draw the knees back. If you like to, lengthen down and forward. Roll up through the spine, one vertebra at a time. Slowly draw your legs together. Legs out in front. Sit on the sits bones, hands together, stirring the buttermilk. I believe this is called Chalana Asana. And I flex my feet as I go back. Really lean back. And then point the toes as I go forward. Switch directions. And coordinate the breath. Dandasana, staff pose. Ground down through the sits bones. Draw your arms straight up. Press fingertips together. Press your palms up towards the sky. Fingertips onto the mat. Bend your knees. Come all the way down onto your back. Knees into your chest. Hug the knees in. Draw your right leg out long. And draw your right hand across to your left knee. Inhale from here. Exhale, draw your left leg across. Rotate into a twist. Jatara Parivartana. Release. Draw your right knee in towards your chest, left hand across to your right knee. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Rotate. Knees into your chest, rocking side to side. And again, hands onto the knees, circling the knees together, massaging the whole sacral area, whole Swadisthana Chakra area, and circle the opposite direction. Vang mantra. Take the legs up towards the sky, rotate out from the hips. Hands to the arches of the feet or ankles, happy baby pose. We're going to stay here for a bit of time. Place your feet down onto the mat. Draw your legs out long in front. Hands underneath the buttocks. Fish pose. Matsya Asana. Press through the toes. Draw your inner thighs in. Draw the tips of your scapula down the back. Lift your heart and drape the crown of the head back. Release the crown of your head. Slide the hands out from underneath your buttocks. Feet down onto the mat. Palms down. And lift the pelvis up, bridge pose. Roll down through the spine. Soles of the feet together, knees apart, palms up to the outside, or hands onto your lower belly. You can come back to this Yoni Mudra. Index fingers together, thumbs together, and place it onto your lower belly. And as you're ready, you'll take your legs out long to move into your Shavasana. Please do not skip this part of your practice. Come to lying down on your back. Cover yourself with a blanket. Place something over under the back of your head and over your eyes if you like to. Rest your knees on a pillow. Settle the body. Rest the back of the body on the floor. Imagine you're lying in warm sand on a beautiful beach. Your body makes an imprint into the sand. And above you, you can see the sky full of stars. Gazing at the night sky. And in the east, just the first rays of sunlight reaching up over the horizon. And in the west, a full moon. And as you lie here in the warm sand, the sun slowly begins to rise up over the horizon, as if you're breathing the sun. Inhaling, the rays grow just a bit stronger, until above you, in the very early morning hour, the sun and moon are in the sky. In the sky, the color of sherbet streaked with purple. Stars still visible, twinkling. And the body lying in the sand. And gentle ocean waves lapping up upon the shore. Inhaling, they gently wash up onto the beach. Exhaling, they gently float up. Inhaling in the wave. Begin now to take a deeper breath in, letting the sun and moon and all the stars dissolve. And letting the mind become clear and spacious, like a clear blue sky. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. Stretch the body. Rub the palms of your hands together and the soles of your feet together. Look forward to your face. Roll over onto your right side. Make your way up to seated. Place your hands back to this Yoni Mudra, thumbs together, index fingers together. If you'd like to roll the 3 fingers in, or let the hands rest flat on the lower belly. Place your palms together in Anjali. We'll chant Vang Namo Vangim Karaya, closing the energy of the second chakra now that we've recalibrated the energy of the pelvis, the water element, Swadisthana Chakra. Vang Namo Vangim Karaya, Vang Namo Vangim Karaya, Vang Namo Vangim Karaya. Dedicate your merit to anyone in need. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. We'll chant Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Exhale out. Inhale in. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you, friends, for joining this morning.